Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Whew, these mornings I've been waking up and it has not been starting off well. Let's try it again. Okay, now I've lit my incense, so maybe it'll sing better. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host, Patricia Rivera Wolfson. I am an intuitive coach, an energy practitioner, and a life strategist. And I help coaches, healers, and heart centered humans align with purpose and power, personal power specifically. All right, so we are here, and today is going to be my last day for a little while. I'm going to take a little vacation, enjoy the summer, spend some time with friends and with my family. So I hope you're enjoying the summer if you are in a summer location, because if you are not on this hemisphere, then maybe you are enjoying a winter vacation. And I hope you have a very nice one too. Okay, so I wanted to start, or I wanted to finish the Me First Mornings before I go on vacation by addressing the new moon in Leo. Now, that new moon in Leo is happening July 24th, right, in 2 days. So we're already starting to feel the energy of it, along with Mercury retrograde. And if I'm not mistaken, there's like two other planets in retrograde. I believe maybe Jupiter, Saturn. I don't know, but don't quote me because I don't know for sure. I just know that there's a lot of retrograding, which means we are in that reviewing and renewing and reflecting time, but also in the season of Leo. And Leo is ruled by the sun. That is the ultimate source of light and life. So, this new moon is a cosmic invitation to let your inner radiance shine. This is about you connecting to your true spirit, your true essence, and releasing anything that prevents you from showing up fully, authentically as yourself. We got to let that go and we got to show up and shine, even if it hurts, even if it makes other people uncomfortable, even if it makes us uncomfortable sometimes. That is our job. That is what you're here to do. Shine your light. And this new moon is going to help you do just that. Maybe whether you like it or not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So I am going to be pulling some cards. For that, just because you guys know I like to pull cards because they're fun and it gives me a little bit of an indication of where our energy is headed for this week. Now, we already did like a weekly energy reading, but specifically, I want to really discuss what we can look to, how we can start to step into our fuller authenticity and really connect with that inner light. So, the first thing we are going to do, as always, is do our breathing exercises and just set ourselves up for the day, set intentions, and just get us right in the right way for to face whatever to face whatever comes our way. In the meantime, I'm also going to have a little sip of coffee. Mm, mm, mm. All right, beautiful. And I'm going to turn my phone off because we do not want that ringing in the middle of our session. Okay, 3 deep breaths. Here we go. You're going to take you're going to inhale. And as you are breathing in and inhaling, I want you to imagine that you're pulling in all of the love, light, and life force energy the universe has to offer from the ground, from the heavens. Okay, just pull it all into your body, and then you're going to hold for 5 seconds. And while you hold, I want you to activate your cells, just get them buzzing and feeling alive. And then when we exhale, we are going to release any stuck, stagnant energy, just dissolve and dissipate anything that doesn't serve us. And release it. Okay, here we go. Oh, good morning, Dad. Nice to see you. Okay, here we go. Deep breath in and okay, go. And hold and release. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Let's do that again. Breathe in hold, and release. Okay, and we're going to do that one last time and really make it count. We're going to breathe in to increase that capacity for life force energy in our bodies and then release what doesn't serve us. Okay, here we go. Last time. And hold and release. Okay. Woo! Got all that energy out. All right. Now we're going to do some stretching. Okay. And we just sort of want to move that stuck and stagnant energy in our bodies. We want to feel ourselves loosening up, allowing the flow of energy to go through your body. Okay. Good stuff, people. Good stuff. All right. Woo. There we go. Shake it out. And that's it. Now we set our intention for the day. Oh, but before we do that, of course, we call the spiritual support team. And I'm going to say a little prayer, calling in for the spiritual support team to come and support our intentions for the day. You can do the same with your spiritual support team, setting your intentions, sitting quietly, or just allowing the words that I say apply for you as well. Because, like, it's all the same spiritual support team, really. It's whatever you want to call it. All right. Excuse me. Here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping us set an intention that is in alignment with our highest good for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you for showing us the signs and synchronicities and messages in nature, music, movies, through the cards that I pull and through the words that people say today and always. I appreciate you. I serve you. And I'm so grateful for any wisdom that you may have for me or the collective on this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it. And so it is. Whew. Okay, here we go. So while you're thinking about your intentions for the day, or while you are reflecting on your GPS word, I would like you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so yet. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say GPS, then you can also go into the description and download my free transformational guide, which will explain the GPS. It will explain other tricks and tips and energy hacks to help you navigate through the difficult things that we are all navigating through. Let me know if anything is useful. If you like it, please spread it around to other people and maybe they can get some support from it too. And also remember that my calendar is open. Even though I'm going on vacation, technically taking some days off, I will still have some spots and slots available in my calendar if there's something that you need support with. Okay, so just encouraging you to go ahead and do that. All right, so let's talk about the new moon. We're going to pull some cards. I even have moon cards today, which we will pull. But I'm going to pull the tarot first because those are fun. This necklace is like falling down a little bit. All right. So let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're watching. Let's see. What does this new moon have to bring to us? I mean, the Leo new moon or the new moon in Leo, it's like a chance to ignite all of the to activate that Leo energy, that what's it called? That main character energy. My brain couldn't find the words. That main character energy, right? Well, like you are the center of attention. And I don't know you very well, or I may know you very well, depending on who's watching. But depending on how you feel about having attention, this can be an uncomfortable conversation. This can be an uncomfortable exercise, right? To show up fully, authentically as yourself in true vulnerability, right? Like that's hard. It's hard for us to show up because, we don't want to feel rejected. Maybe we're not confident in the things that we do. And we certainly don't want to, be embarrassed or videotaped and then become a meme, which like literally has destroyed the fabric of society. As amazing and hilarious as many memes have become, and I send them, my friends send them, and they definitely bring me joy when it's something that I can relate to. But there's also this heaviness around having to be on your toes, to make sure that you're not being filmed, to then become the butt of some societal joke. And it really breaks my heart for the kids, for our children and the generation, like generation, definitely Gen Z, especially Gen Alpha, who are completely digitized or like, very much involved with, Snapchat and TikTok and all those things. I really worry about, how much they must be masking, how much they're hiding, how much they are not being fully themselves because of that fear of ridicule or that fear of becoming the butt of someone's jokes. I don't know, man. We got to do better. I don't know what the solution is. I'm just sharing my thoughts. So happy that you're going on holidays. Hopefully, oh, thanks, Dad. Yes, I am happy to be going on holidays too. Mm, maybe I'll have some holidays close to home too. But we'll talk about that later. All right. So Leo new moon. Let's find out what the Leo new moon wants to tell us, right? Like, what is the Leo new moon really wanting us to connect with, right? What is this new moon asking you to look at in your life? I want to know because it's not like I don't know. I mean, you guys know too, right? Like, what things are coming up for you that maybe you don't want to face, and it's totally just showing up and you have no choice but to face it. Look, let me tell you, when you are faced with your fully authentic and vulnerable self, you may not like everything you see, but that's okay because you're human and we're learning and we're growing. And clearly, I need to release some emotions. I'm going to blame it on perimenopause, okay? We'll just do that. Okay. These cards just fell out. I'm going to go with this because I feel like I was in my authentic self when these cards jumped out. So let's go. What is the Leo new moon wanting to tell us? Okay. Now, what's interesting is that the card that came out was strength. Okay. And I know this card came out yesterday for somebody. I can't remember which sign, but strength, right? This is also the Leo card, the strength card. So, and I think that it's very telling because in order for us to show up as our authentic selves in true vulnerable fashion, right? Like just really being ourselves and not being afraid. And this isn't like, yes, there's like that, I don't give a fuck energy to it. But even more than that, it's that I am who I am, and I'm going to embrace all of who I am. I'm just going to be myself, and who likes it, okay, and who doesn't, oh well, right? And there is strength required for you to be able to face those parts of yourself that make you uncomfortable. Those parts of yourself that make other people uncomfortable, that maybe other people are going to judge. And so the strength comes in owning who you are, no matter who is watching, no matter who is listening, no matter what other people may think or may say about you. If you are clear on who you are, all the good parts and all the perceived bad parts, well, then you are truly untouchable. Now, not that you won't experience emotions, because we all experience emotions. We all have those ups and downs where we feel confident and then we feel lost, where we feel clarity and then we feel confusion, where we feel, certainty, and when we feel uncertain. Okay. It all is kind of the same thing, right? And it takes true strength to just be in your essence, whatever that may be, the good part of you, the crazy part of you, right? And fully accept who you are, right? And not like, I am who I am, deal with it, although a little bit, but also being able to truly reflect on who you are and the choices that you make and the actions that you take and maybe the reactions that you have, and what of that is truly who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world, or what from that could you maybe take some time with kindness and compassion and practice to adjust or to allow to evolve. If there's parts of us that we don't like, parts of us that we're like, ugh, I hate that I do that, or I hate how I show up in that way, we cannot shun those parts of us. This is not about shutting out or ignoring or avoiding the parts of ourselves that we're uncomfortable with, or avoiding the parts of ourselves that we don't know how to deal with. This is about coming face to face with it and saying, wow, you drive me crazy, but I love you anyway. Um, the way you might for yourself. Sorry, I mean the way you might say that to somebody else. I'm sure if you're watching, you have found yourself in a relationship with somebody once or twice or 12 times and said, my God, you drive me crazy. But somehow you're still with that person, or somehow you still love that person so much that you kind of are like, man, you drive me crazy, but I love you. Okay. And I find that sometimes it's easier to do with other people. And I think that this new moon is trying to tell us to do this for ourselves. You have to love and embrace all of you, even the parts you don't like, even the parts you feel guilty about, or the parts you feel ashamed of. They're all still you, and they're all still okay. And you're still okay. Hold on. I'm feeling a little emotional today, clearly. But I'm here because I believe in this process. I believe in you. I believe you can get yourself through this process. I think between Mercury retrograde and this Leo new moon, there are going to be a lot of things coming up for you, clearly for me, about who you really are, and who you want to become. And our work is the bridge between who we are and who we want to become. And it's not about disparaging the person you've been. It's not about guilting yourself or shaming yourself for bad choices or for bad actions or bad behavior. This is about you looking at it yourself from the lens of spirit, the lens of someone who can have some distance and perspective and look at you as a human who's really trying. Okay. All right. Strength is one of the things you'll need. And here we are. Another card that came up is the unique card to this deck, which is the Luna Soul Tarot deck, which I always use because you guys know I use this one, but it's the Wu Wei, okay? And the Wu Wei, and I'm going to talk about this because it's about duality and it's about exactly what we're talking about understanding who you are, um, and the fullness of who you are. Like, we are not just automatons. You're not meant to just like check the boxes and do the things that you're supposed to do and then be done. And it's like, as long as it's done perfect, you're good. You've humaned appropriately. I don't think it works that way. I think the humanness is the practice, is the mistakes, is the getting up and trying again. All right. To act in accordance with destiny, nothing is simpler and nothing is harder. When we exert all our strength and effort, do we achieve the most? When we demand that our views are correct, how many do we convince? Is the victory that is Pyrrhic merely one step toward ultimate loss? Picture the stream. It flows across the land, adapting to the contours in harmony with the rocks and valleys, and slowly, gently, with an almost invisible display of force, the land erodes and submits to the way of the stream. Learn to allow. Do by not doing. Adapt. Take the shape of the circumstances you inhabit, and then from within, gently do enough, just enough, so that your influence may turn the tide. Thus do we begin a story with a legacy in its heart. Okay. And I think that that's so reflective of the strength card too, because look at this, right? She is with the lion, right? And this is like, a fierce, the fierce king of the jungle. And she is not trying to make it submit. She is simply present and allowing it to approach her. She is sitting in peace and harmony and connecting with this beast, right? And I do find that this is so often you and your inner critic, you and your inner wildness, right? You and your inner nature that sometimes wants to lash out. But you have to soften and allow that beast in you to exist, because when it's appropriate, it needs to show up to advocate for you. It needs to show up to stand up for you. You just don't want it always, like with its mouth open, ready to pounce. Okay. All right. Next, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Wands, again, it's passions. It's, the thing like that zest for life, right? And the knight moves forward with those passions. So whatever it is that you are navigating, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, your goals, your dreams, your, desires, okay? This is like move forward, that step into that, take action, because that is the thing that you're supposed to be in charge of, right? Like, who else is in charge of your passions and your goals if not you, right? And you need to have the strength to show up in your life fully and completely, ready to take whatever you need to take to make the things that you want happen. And the other card is the Page of Swords, okay? The page being something new, the swords being an idea, okay? This is like a new idea, a new adventure, right? And you're like, I got it. I know how I'm going to do this. This is coming up with a solution to move forward with boldness, okay? There is no hesitation here. She is ready to jump forward and move with this idea, with this passion. Okay, with her actions, she's ready to take action. And in this case, the sword is not a weight that she's carrying with her, but it is like her weapon, right? She is going in there ready to take on the world with her dream, with her passion. Okay, and off the knight goes to do the work, right? So the page comes up with the idea and comes up with, oh, the vision that you want to create. And then the knight runs with it. And it's like passing the baton, the idea person, which is you, and then you pass the baton to that part of yourself that gets the stuff done, that then takes care of business. Okay. So that is the message that the Leo new moon is trying to share with you today. Okay. And I want to know, let's see, we're going to pull a moonology card. Okay. And I want to know what the moonology cards tell us about the energy of the Leo new moon. Okay. I want to know so that we can set our intentions for I want us to set intentions for the new moon that are in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Okay, so what is it that we need to be aware of in order to be able to set those intentions for the new moon? Okay, and I want the moonology cards to do that reflecting for us. Okay, and give us a little indication of what do we need to do? Okay, what do we need to be aware of? What is the process that we need to pay attention to? Oh my God. Okay. So 3 cards came out. Okay. And we're just going to go with it. The 3 cards that came out. So the first one is, it's the full moon in Leo. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. Now, this is beautiful, even though this is the new moon in Leo. Right. And the new moon is not about being fully out there and showing up yet. Right. That's coming in the full moon. Okay. But the new moon plants the seeds, sets the intentions, makes the way for you to show up. Right. If it's a show, right, then it's the rehearsal. Right. It's putting everything into action, putting things in place, knowing what ingredients or what elements, need to be put together. People that are putting together the scenery, people that are putting together the script, blocking the scenes if it's a play, right? Everything that comes before the actual show is what this new moon in Leo is about. It's about planting the seeds in preparation for what's coming. It's planting the seeds in preparation for your evolution, for you to show up fully, authentically as yourself. So, what do you need to get rid of, right? What do you need to release in order for you to be ready to be exposed, right? It's like, you're about to leave the house, but you don't want to go in your underwear and your pajamas. Maybe you want to get dressed up a little bit depending on where you're going. So you have to figure out, what clothes do I need to pick? Do I want to shower? Do I want to put on makeup? How do I want to prepare myself? And this is what you get to figure out. What do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to discard or disconnect from in order to be able to fully step into my authentic self, right? In order for me to be able to shine my light fully. Who in your life do you need to eliminate their access to you, right? What energy, who is siphoning your energy? What situations in your life are taking your attention away from the things that are most important? And how can you zero in on that focus? How can you put your time and attention solely on the things that are your priority, that are most important to you, right? And there's lots of things that we have to deal with at the same time, um, that may not be like a priority, but things we need to take care of, right? If you're an adult, you have to take care of your home. You have to, pay your taxes, take care of your lawn outside. You need to take care of the stuff inside. You need to make food. You need to take care of all these logistics. If you have children, you have to take care of your children. You have to make sure that they have clothes and food and things that they need, right? And it may not be a priority, but it works into what you need. So then your question is, these are the things that I must take care of that are my responsibility, okay? And I have to show up fully for these responsibilities. What does not fit into that category? What is not essential or a priority for me and my personal evolution? What do I need to take my attention away from, right? What people, situations, or things are not serving me and in fact are distracting me from what is most important? Who in my life makes me shrink? Okay. And maybe you're making yourself shrink. So you need to ask yourself, what am I doing in my life that is creating a feeling that I need to hide from? Okay. This is the work we need to do it together. And the other card that came up was the nothing will come of this situation, the void of course moon. Now, this is like a void moon. Well, it's a new moon. So before, I guess the void moon is probably before, right? Oh, I should know these things, but okay, let's read. Let's read about the void of course moon first, and then we'll go through all the other ones. The void of course moon. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's like the waxing, the waning and the void, of course, are right there. In a form of astrology known as horary. Horary? Okay, didn't know it. Oh, hi, Namira. Okay, horary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded. A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news depending on what you're asking for. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and your beliefs. Okay, so it advises to attune to the moon. I trust in my highest good. Well, I think you should do that anyway. And additional meanings for this card are the chances of something are diminishing, something better may be around the corner, believe that you will get what you need, surrender to the divine, take time out, meditate, and contemplate. I would say that those are all very good pieces of advice. The main definition of a void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. The best thing you can do when you get this card is to chant the Sanskrit words Om Namu Narayani, which mean I surrender to the divine. A void of course moon is time to just be. So this may be a good time for you to reflect. And we talked about this, Mercury retrograde, new moon. If you're planting seeds, take these 2 days, right? So today's the 22nd, the new moon's on the 24th. Take the next couple of days to really reflect on what you want, on where you want to invest your time and energy. What seeds are you planting? What are you removing from the garden? Sort of like what weeds are you pulling that are going to siphon energy from the main plant that you want to grow? So it is up to you to really cultivate that garden and curate what you want in your life by eliminating and reducing anything that doesn't serve you. And that is this card right here that is encouraging that. What do you want to release? Okay, so let's see what the waning moon says about what you want to release. Okay, the waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when the moon cycle, no matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a situation, it's a sign, a sign that a situation has peaked for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So, what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it still can be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. Attune to the moon, okay? It's safe to let go and move on. I love that message. Additional meanings for this card: move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects, also because it's Mercury retrograde. So if you can avoid it, I would. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. Okay, that's 2 cards saying to do that. And soon you will see what lies ahead. At the time of the waning cycle, take a moment to look up in the skies every night. You will see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's the time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in its autumn and winter phase, so hunker down and start the regeneration process. Okay, and finally, I am going to read that full moon in Leo and see what kind of message, oh man, it is going to give us. Okay, here we go. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. The card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. Now, attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Okay. Additional meanings for this card: self esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. Oh, I like that. A friendship may be ending now. Okay, this applies to whoever it applies to. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your network. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. Okay, although we are not in a Leo new moon, I mean full moon, we are in a new moon. I like that. And let me see, do they have a new moon? They do. Of course they do. Why am I asking that question? Like I don't know. Okay, I'm going to actually read what it says for the new moon in Leo because I think that might be helpful to know what it actually how Moonology actually describes it. Okay, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo. Confidence is your key to success, is the new moon and Leo message. Okay, this card heralds the start of a new cycle for you when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card is saying it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. Hence, what the new moon in Leo is helping us to move through. You have to be willing to do your part. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project. Well, we're just talking about the new moon. Okay. So attuning to the Leo new moon, make time to have fun. I will be traveling on that day, so check for me. Additional meanings for this card. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride, but not too much pride because that was the card before. Spoil yourself. You've earned it. And you've turned someone's head. Those are little messages from this card, okay? So Leo is the sign of the big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card whenever you pick it, it's hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. And isn't that just a great little end to what we had talked about, which was that this is helping you to come to terms with who you are and what you have to offer, removing the guilt and shame of past mistakes and really reframing them and understanding that they are not mistakes, but they were building blocks to the person that you are today. There are no mistakes. I'm sure there might be things in your life that you would wish you had done differently, and that you probably would have done it differently had you had the capacity to do it differently, had you had different information, had you had a different level of I don't know, knowledge, energetic connection, right? There's lots of reasons why we make the choices that we make. At the end of the day, every choice that we make is really the one that we think is best for us, even though that may not be the case, that may not be the result, or it may not be how other people interpret those choices. And sometimes when we make bad decisions or do things that we end up looking back on and wishing maybe that we hadn't, it is because we are looking at it from a lens of someone who is healed or who has a different perspective, but we forget where we were at the time that we made that decision. We forget what information we had. We forget what energetic signature and frequency that we were in, because that is going to dictate what you are able to do or not able to do. It's going to affect your decisions. When you are not in a good place, you might not be making good decisions, and that's not your fault. But it is important for you to have the awareness and to recognize, wow, when I'm in this place, I do not make good decisions for myself. And when I'm in this place, I make way better decisions. So, how can I help myself bridge the gap between the things that I do when I am not in a good place of confidence or clarity or of receiving love and support? And how can I move into the area where I can own who I am and be okay with all of the things that I've done, knowing that I did the best that I could with what I had? right? And extending that same thought and that same kindness and grace to the people in your life that are important to you. We are all going to make mistakes. We are all going to hurt ourselves and each other. But if we can bring a little bit more compassion and kindness into our interactions, if we can feel a little more confident in who we are and feel allow for the ups and downs, the mishaps and the mistakes to not dictate who we are, but yes, inform our next decisions and be like, oops, I didn't like how that went, I need to do that differently, as opposed to, my God, I'm an idiot, I hate myself, right? We don't want to be in that energy, not for ourselves and not for other people. We want to be in a place of forgiveness. We want to be in a place of allowing. Of course, we all need to set boundaries for ourselves and others about what to do in certain situations, right? If, this person comes to me and I don't feel safe, then I need to put boundaries up so that I can feel safe in my space, and also not expect them to respect my boundaries, but to set boundaries that I'm in control of. Being that if that person does something to me or says something to me that makes me uncomfortable, then I have a solution or a path to leave the situation or resolve the situation in a way that I can feel good about myself. Leave or change the situation in a way where I am advocating for myself and for my needs. Okay, that's just like a little side note, because it takes practice, right? It really takes practice, because we are so used to doing what other people expect of us. We are so used to pleasing others and making sure we don't make others uncomfortable, that it can be really difficult and challenging, and sometimes feel like we can't do it when we are asked to do something for ourselves that maybe other people may not approve of or may not understand or may not like for whatever reason. But as I've said to many, many people and clients and friends, if they're not paying your bills, and sometimes even if they are, they don't get to rule over you. Okay. I'm just saying, you have to be the boss of you. You are the, king or queen of your vessel, and you have to advocate for it, protect it, and establish an environment for it where it can be fully expressed without fear. And you have to figure out how to bridge that gap, how to bridge the gap of where you are and where you want to be. Okay, I hope that was helpful. As I said, I am going to be away for a little bit. I'm going to enjoy my summer with my kids. If you want to book a session with me, feel free. You can just go ahead and go into my calendar and book that session. And if not, I will see you again soon. I don't have an exact day to return, but I'll show up. I won't be away for too long. I really appreciate you. I am so grateful for each and every one of you for the time that we spend together. I really hope that you are able to step into your personal power. I hope that while I'm gone, if you need a reminder, you go and watch a few more of my videos and you send them to other people that you think may benefit from them too. And if you have not done so yet, please subscribe and please go ahead and ding that notification bell. I will be back and it will let you know if you've subscribed and if you've ding the notification bell. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being with me and witnessing my own emotional process today. I am truly grateful. Go out there and shine your light.